Hey, everybody, it's Scott Steen with winnersandwhiners.com coming to you with our MLB edition of Today in Sports Betting. Happy Monday, everybody. Hope you had a great weekend. Scott, how was your weekend today? Or
Pretty
your weekend this weekend. How'd you do?
overall pretty good. I know that baseball I wasn't really that involved in. I was focusing more on the other sports. Playoffs in the NBA worked out well. Hockey I was watching. My Islanders had the weekend off, which was very nice. I know that they're resuming play tonight. Go Islanders! And other than that, pretty good. Yeah, same old, same old. UFC this past weekend had some very good fights, and I'm
Yeah,
looking forward to some nice content with regard to sports coming up over the next couple of days.
took a bad beat yesterday. Scott had the Baltimore and the Boston Red Sox over 10.5. You had Zach Godley going against Wade LeBlanc for the Baltimore Orioles. Hard to figure which pitcher had been worse. They'd both been absolutely dreadful. LeBlanc starts the game, gives up a home run to the leadoff hitter. You think, here we go, we're on our way. Then he gets 2 outs, and then he's got elbow trouble, and they take him out. And for the after 3 hitters, put in Tom Eshelman, and it's a completely different game. We end up taking a beat there. It's late fury of runs, but not enough to get us over the total. As that end up 5-4.
I'm
Of
trying
course,
to. I didn't have any action yesterday, but I'm pretty sure my favorite play on Friday was the Holland Lindblom over, and I think the Pirates scored like 12 runs by themselves. I think that was like my favorite play on Friday, and that was
didn't go. Yeah, it didn't. I actually had the other side of that. I had a side on that game. I faded Derek Holland. He didn't look bad. He actually looked okay. That the wrong team blew up. The Pirates.
I just faded both pitchers because I'm like, wow, this is an awful matchup. And
I'll tell you another play I had there, Scott. I had run in the first inning at -111, and that worked out just fine. Even though Holland mowed down the Brew Crew, Pittsburgh was able to break through against Lindblom. And it came down to a reviewable play with 2 outs, double into the corner, scored a guy from first, and it was a very, very, very close play, and it ended up being reviewed and stood as he's sliding in under the tag. So we did win our first inning bet there.
Moran hit the double, I think, right?
It was Moran that hit the double. You're exactly right. The bearded wonder there for the Pittsburgh
Good
Pirates.
player. Good player.
Yeah, solid player. Certainly would be getting a lot more recognition if he were anywhere else but Pittsburgh.
Yep.
So anyway, my Royals dropped 2 of 3.
I really didn't have much to recap. My Yankees didn't even play this weekend. I had no hockey. I had no baseball. The Nets don't even count. I was kind of just chilling for the week. I was kind of just chilling for the weekend.
Not bad at all. White Sox going on a little run there. They've pulled within 2 games of first place. Baltimore
Darvish was great once again.
What's that?
Darvish was great once again.
Yeah, Darvish was very good. Atlanta is certainly. I don't know how they're doing it with that pitching staff, Scott. I don't understand it.
I believe you'd probably lose our side bet that you wanted.
Yeah, it looks like it. And, well, part of that is a lack of competition in the West as well. Atlanta has far and away the worst record of any division leader. They're just 4 over 500.
Correct, but that factored into my decision making because the East has a bunch of teams you can't trust.
Yeah, that's true. And I figured with playing each other that maybe one would assert themselves, but no, they've just kind of just cannibalized each other.
Then the one that's been closest is the Mets, and that involves trusting the Mets, and that's just never fun for anybody.
Well, the Mets have pulled within 3 games of first place. They find themselves at 12-14, right in the thick of the race there. So, yay!
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's talk about today's card. We've got pretty much a full board. One early game is the Toronto Blue Jays and the Tampa Bay Rays. I've got.
I actually wrote an article about this one for Winners and Whiners. Yeah, I got to lean to the Rays. I know Toronto was cooking early. They've lost 2 of the first 3 games of the series. Tampa Bay's 10-4 at home. Toronto's a losing record on the road. And Snell has allowed 0 runs at home. So I'm going to go with Snell on that one.
That's a bold take there, Scott, taking the -209 team to win.
In my defense, it was -200 when I wrote the article. So,
well, that's no defense.
I'm just saying.
You know what? There's sometimes you just that's really all you can do. This is a Tampa Bay team that
They're just hot right now.
They're very hot. They've been scoring some runs. But Toronto hasn't been playing terribly either. They've fallen back to 500. They had a nice little run there at the end of last week. I don't know. I'd be tempted by the run line. I'd also be tempted by the over 8. I would perhaps give that a spin as well. I'm just not going to get in. I'm not going to get involved laying 209 on any team right now. So, yeah, I'd lean under, but that's again not going to get involved. Marlins and Nats, pretty close to an even game here as we see Voth go against Pablo Lopez. Pablo Lopez has actually been
pretty good.
Yeah, pretty good. Austin Voth has not been great. He's and the Nationals are just 1-3 in his starts. He's got an even 5 ERA and an even 1.5 WHIP. It's hard to bet. It's hard to bet on this Miami team.
I would pass if I was actually putting money down, but I'd have to lean to Miami because I do lean Miami first 5 because I do think they have a pitching advantage in this matchup.
Yeah, I think that would be the play. I don't hate that at all. I want no part of the Nats here. By the way, Scott, they had the question yesterday, who would you rather have to start your team, Acuna, Soto, or Fernando Tatis Jr.? Who you picking there, buddy?
Oh boy.
It's a good one, right?
The truth is, I'm not taking Acuna out of those two. I know Acuna's a good player and all, but it's tough because Tatis I love, but I question the durability. Soto's probably my favorite non-Yankee. I'll go Soto because he has the ring. That also plays a factor.
Yeah, I think he may be a more consistent player. I think Tatis maybe
Tatis the better fielder. So you could say that Tatis is the better all-around player, but Soto, what he did in the World Series was next level stuff. And I know that Strasburg ended up winning the MVP. Soto had a pretty good case. That's all I'm going to say. He carried that team.
Yeah, he really got hot at the right time.
So I'll lean Soto, but that's also because I just love watching Soto play. I love watching Tatis play as well, but how often do you actually watch the Padres play? You have to see a full baseball schedule in the playoffs with the Nationals. So I've seen Soto in big moments before. I don't know what Tatis's biggest moment has been, besides a 3-0 count grand slam. I don't know. I'm going to wait until the Padres actually do something before I immediately crown him. But I acknowledge he's one of the best players in the league already. I'm aware of that.
All right. Very good.
What about you?
I took Soto as well. It was really close for me.
It's very close. Did you also have Acuna third there?
I absolutely did. Yeah, he was the first one I threw out.
Yeah.
And we talk about him like he's trash,
He's a tremendous player. It's just –
yeah.
I think Acuna – I know he was very close to winning an MVP. He's had some issues with hustle, which kind of bother me. Soto's is a magician at the plate. Fielding-wise, he's okay. But he controls the strike zone like a young Barry Bonds. It's really insane how often he walks. It's crazy. He's so good at the plate, Soto. And you know me, I'm all about the on-base percentage. I'm an old soul. So I know Soto is going to lead the league in walks a bunch during the course of his career.
Yeah, and I'll take that. I think that's a good trait to have. I'm with you. Cubs Tigers, Scott. This is a kind of a short number on this one. Cubs minus 124.
Cubs have been bad lately. So
9.5 is the number there. Alec Mills goes for the Cubs against Mize, who's the other kid that they brought up. By the way, my boy Screwball yesterday had a nice performance, Scott.
The truth is, I didn't really know much about the 3-headed prospect thing Detroit was doing except for Mize. Mize was the only one that I knew about. So I don't know if that means he's better than the other two, but I know about him, so I guess that means something. But I know in Chicago, because Mills actually proven something to me before.
Struggled his first time out, did young Casey Mize. Went 4 1/3, gave up 7 hits, 3 earned.
I'm assuming you're also on Chicago because of the lack of experience on Mize.
I tell you what, Scott. Yeah, I just don't. That's not enough a big enough number to get me involved. Mize did strike out 7 in four and a third. So
I'm assuming he's going to be on a pitch count, though, right?
I would certainly think so. He was. Yeah, he got 13 outs and 7 of them were strikeouts. So
Okay, it's a lot of pitches.
no, yeah, that's the thing. You just he has to be on a pitch count. I would certainly think. Are the Cubs really going to suck? Are they going to be able to beat up on bad teams? That's really the question that you have to ask yourself with the Cubs. Also, what are you going to get out of Alec Mills, another youngster who's pitched pretty well? He certainly had he's had a couple of good performances the other day. One very good performance there against the Royals and Danny Duffy. Going 7 innings, giving up just 3 hits, no earned. But he's struggled his last couple times out. He's given up 10 earned runs over his last 9 2/3 innings. I might lean Detroit here, buddy. I might fade your Cubs, fade those Cubs just a little bit.
The Cubs haven't been playing well. It's just a matter of I don't believe in bet. There's something that bothers me about an unproven commodity being roughly like plus 110, plus 115.
Yeah, I really like that number to be closer to plus 130 before
Like if the Cubs were minus 140, I'd agree. But Cubs minus 123? Like,
yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I know.
Then again, Mize is probably going to pitch a gem, but we'll see what happens.
I would consider they've got the first 5. I would consider playing the over first 5, but they've got it at 5.5 instead of 5. So that's a little too much juice for me. I'm probably not going to get involved in this game. I'd lean Tigers there. Twins and Indians, Scott. We got a game here for first place.
Do I back the guy who had a no-hitter in the 9th inning of his last start, or do I back the team that lost 2 out of 3 to Detroit? I'm going to go with the Twins.
Yeah, I like Kenta Maeda is there on the mound, who is arguably been I don't know, although Rio has been pitching really well lately, but I was going to say Maeda may be the best ex-Dodger that is around right now. He's been very, very good, and the thing about Maeda is he really hasn't had a bad start.
I liked him back when he was with the Dodgers, and I think he's a solid pitcher. I do think Savali's pretty good, though. So I'm not going to tell him short. He's been good. But then again, I know that a lot of people tend to look at almost no-hitters and look at the start after, and they get shelled. But I like Maeda. He's steady. He's consistent. And I trust him a little bit more than Savale, who has not gotten the greatest amount of run support so far this season.
No, he hasn't. They put up 11 runs in 14 runs in his 5 starts. So yeah, they're not exactly turning on the spigot for him. Savali struggled 2 starts ago. He was very good his last time out. Pitched a complete game. Gave up 1 earned his last time out. 6-1 against Pittsburgh. So I'm not sure how much stock you put in that. I also think this total's about half a run high. So.
Well, yeah, I know it opened up at 9. It's down to 8.5. So that sounds about right.
Yeah, and I think it's. I don't think it is. I think it should be closer to 8 in this.
That's
game.
A move. You could take the first 5 under if you really wanted to.
Yeah, and both these teams are. And it is juiced to the under right now, so it could be falling to 8. And let me see what they're doing for the first 5 here. 4.5 is your number.
Not bad
for the first 5. No, I would consider that as well. Although both these bullpens are two of the better pens in the league.
Yeah,
so I'm going to lean full game under 8.5 there. I think we're getting a bargain.
I'm still going to lean to the Twins because I just like Maeda.
Fair enough. Rangers Athletics. I'm
going to lean to the over. I know that Lynn has been very good this year, and I know that Luzardo's been pretty good as well. 7.5, really? Yeah,
they're really giving they're really starting to.
I didn't realize that Kershaw and DeGrom were on the mound. 7.5. Okay.
Yeah. Well, Luzardo has made 3 very good starts and 1.
He's a pretty good pitcher. And I know that Texas can't hit, but I also acknowledge the Texas bullpen's a gas can. So if I know that Oakland's pretty good when it comes to working counts and getting walks.
Yeah.
If they get Lynn out by the 6th inning, potentially, early 7th.
Well,
I'd be surprised if Texas, their bullpen explode.
I'll tell you this, buddy. Lance Lynn has given up 0 walks in his last 16 innings.
It's not a matter of walks; it's a matter of full counts. If Oakland can work some counts, they can work some pitch counts. But I think 7.5 is too low. I'd have to lean over just on principle. But in terms of a side, I'd lean Oakland, but minus 140 doesn't thrill me, so I'm going to lean to the over.
You know what? I'll take the dog there. I'll take the better pitcher at plus 132.
First 5 or full game?
Full game.
Okay.
Full game.
You have any thoughts on that over? I know that Lynn's been great, but I think you'll agree with me. 7.5 is a little bit too low for both those teams.
I would consider playing. I would consider playing the under 4.5 for the full game for the A's.
Okay.
I like Lance Lynn. He's
been good. It's just a matter of principle for me. I can't take an under 7.5 with Texas and Oakland going at it.
2 pedestrian pitchers.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's fair strategy. What's next on the board here? I've got
I see Cincinnati against Milwaukee.
Brewers and Reds is on the I just want to make sure, because I'm looking at the betting lines, I want to make sure that I'm not missing any. There's a line that isn't up. Another guy who's been absolute nails, resurgence in his career, Trevor Bauer going against Brett Anderson for the Brew Crew. Scott,
it's probably my favorite play on the board. It's going to be the Reds. There's really not much else to say. Milwaukee got swept by Pittsburgh over the weekend, so they should probably forfeit the franchise. And Bauer is probably the front runner for the NL Cy Young. So I'll take Bauer with the Reds to beat Milwaukee.
Got decent price there, minus 137.
Really not bad. I thought it was going to be higher.
Yeah, I did too. Brewers really having trouble scoring runs, especially.
I think visiting Bauer is going to help.
No, that's not going to be your slump buster there. I do like Cincinnati there at a decent price for sure. Kansas City Royals and the St. Louis Cardinals, Scott.
Your boy pitching.
Minus 172 plus 158. 8 is the total there.
I'm going first 5 under.
As Brad Keller goes against Jack Flaherty. You kind of have to. Brad Keller yet to allow an earned run in 3 starts.
And Flaherty's Flaherty. So I'm assuming first 5 under will be probably 4 even. I don't think it'll be 4.5.
Yeah, 4.5 it is, my friend.
Really? I'm assuming there's heavy juice to the under, though.
Not bad, minus 127.
That's good enough for me. I'll take that as well.
I think that is the play, although I will tell you I'm going to use my gambler's.
Bullpen's not bad, though. The bullpens have not been bad.
I'll tell you, I'm going to use my gambler's fallacy here. Brad Keller is due to be Brad Keller again.
That is correct, but the Cardinals' offense also is not that great.
Not that great at all. Cardinals' offense has really struggled there.
You can argue about the full game with the 8, but at the end of the day, I really don't want to go to extras. And 8 is really just not a great number for a full game. I'll take.
I really hate 8. I really
It's
do.
so bad. It's so bad. But for that reason, I'll take the first 5 under, because if it's tied 2-2, you still win.
Yeah, I don't. I'll probably play. I'll probably play that in real life, playing the first 5 under. The Royals just 8-19 overs versus unders, by the way. So they're a team that's they're a team that's a couple of things have happened there. Number one, their offense has been dismal. And number 2, their pitching staff has been underrated. So, but definitely been bet incorrectly by the public. The Angels and the Astros, Scott. Angels, big dogs here. Astros minus 152. 9.5 is the number here.
I'm going to lean over.
Pablo. By the way, there was a Pablo Sandoval sighting over the weekend.
There was a Pablo Sandoval versus a Patrick Sandoval last week, which is pretty funny.
I think of that every time I see P. Sandoval. Patrick Sandoval, who has he's not been great.
He hasn't gotten much support, but he also hasn't been that great.
5.5 ERA against Framber Valdez, who has been pretty darn good.
Astros get swept over the weekend?
For the Astros did.
I know that they lost the series. I don't remember if they lost all the games to the Padres or not. I think they did. I think they got swept.
I thought they won one, but let's see here. No, they did get swept. You're right. Astros lost
I
3.
thought they did.
Yep. You're
I'm
correct.
going to the over 9.5.
Okay. Don't hate that. I like.
In Houston, Houston's a pretty hitter-friendly ballpark. Sandoval's not great. Houston has a lot of righty bats. And even the Angels have a lot of righty bats. So both lefties here in this ballpark. I know that they have I don't want to say a green monster, but it's like a mini green monster going on in the left field where it's pretty inward, but it's also high up. I can see the righty batters teeing off, so I'll go to the over.
Okay. Don't hate that. Don't hate the Astros on the run line either. Plus 118.
Depends if you want to take a run on the team that's lost 3 straight.
I know. I know. At home, I get it.
I think it's 3 straight.
It is 3 straight.
Mm.
Okay, and Rockies Diamondbacks playing for relevance out there in the NL West.
I think I'm leaning Colorado here, but I'm not happy about
it. I can see why. That's a Rockies have kind of really they've really hit the wall. Teams that have peaked at the wrong time, and I think that's definitely the Colorado Rockies.
I know that Kelly's pretty good, but the Rockies are throwing out a starter is not that bad either. And do you really want to lay minus 155 with Kelly? Probably not. If it was 120, 130, I'd probably take Arizona. But 155, it's a little bit too high for me.
Yeah, it's 2 teams in the middle of horrible losing streaks. Colorado's lost 7 straight.
So I'll take the dog in the middle of the terrible losing streak in comparison to the favorite who's in the middle of a terrible losing streak.
Yeah, Diamondbacks have lost 5 straight. Tough not to play for value there at plus 143 if you wanted to take a spin. I'm with you. I have no desire to back Arizona at better than 3-2.
Yeah,
that seems like
is there much value betting on either of these teams? No, you're basically flipping a coin. But if you're going to flip a coin, you might as well get plus value out of it.
Take the plus value. I'll appreciate it each and every day, especially when it comes to baseball.
Mm-hmm.
All right, my friend, there you go. That is a baseball card for today. A little light, if I'm mistaken. Here, 3, 4, 5.
It is light. And the Mets aren't playing, the Yankees aren't playing.
11. Yeah, we're missing four 8 teams playing. So yeah, kind of a light Monday, but luckily we do have NBA as well. So yeah, let's go out there and make a little baseball money. There's a couple games worth watching, some good pitching matchups.
I'll be watching hockey, but go Islanders.
We'll see. I'll be checking out my Royals, make sure Brad Keller keeps that scoreless streak alive. So. Anything else you want to talk about? Make sure to check out Scott's Play of the Day each and every day over there at Winners and Winers on our YouTube channel. And, of course, Scott and I are doing videos for each and every game that's posted on the board every single day when it comes to baseball, the NBA, and the NHL. So if you're not getting enough of us on our daily show, make sure you check out those videos as well. And, of course, if you're looking for more information, deeper dives into these games, Winners and Winers has you covered. Deep dives into every game going on in America. Every single day, always free, winnersandwiners.com. So for myself, for Scott Reichel, for all of us over here at Winners and Winers, we appreciate you guys stopping by, checking out the MLB with us on Today in Sports Betting. We'll be back. We have so much fun. We'll be back and do it again tomorrow. All right, you guys take care. Good luck on all your plays. Everybody stay healthy, stay well, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.